September. I was leaving the library. I'd been helping someone with some work and doing some studying on my own, and I was walking home to my house, which is on 7th and 4th. I could see my house out of the corner of my eye, but I was talking to somebody on the phone, and this guy came out of a laneway and he stopped me and he said, "What time is it?" while I was talking on the phone, and I went to look at my watch, and then he grabbed a gun from which he appeared to pull out of his pocket and put it up to my neck and said, "I'll shoot you if you don't give me everything that you have." It could have been a lot worse, so I guess in a lot of ways I'm lucky because I just lost material things which can be replaced. I lost my social security card, my social insurance card, which is the same thing as a social security card, it's just the Canadian version. I lost both my Canadian and American debit card. I had my passport on me, which what I realized wasn't the brightest thing, but I had to write the number down on the grad school applications that I was filling out, so I lost that as well. I lost I don't know, $60 or so in cash, I'm not exactly sure. I lost all the papers that I'd filled out, which took forever, but I mean that was relatively easy compared to everything else to replace. I am still afraid to walk anywhere when it's even a little bit dark out or whatever, and for a really, really long time I would have nightmares. I wasn't sleeping right and stuff. I've gotten over that. I don't know if I reacted the way I did because I grew up in the country. I grew up in a world where you read about these things in the paper and stuff, and it never actually happens to you. I didn't grow up where it was dangerous at all, but it really opened my eyes. I'm much more cautious now than I ever was before. To avoid being in a situation like I was in that night, I would really recommend that even when you think it's safe, that you take the necessary precautions. But don't be afraid to call public safety. That was something I never used to do, but now if I'm in the library kind of late at night working, I would call them in a second because it's a safe way to get home and I know that I'm going to be okay. I think that talking while I was walking, although I thought that was safer, that was probably not. He caught me completely off guard. People always ask me if I had mace on me, and I didn't, but even if I had mace on me, the gun freaked me out so much I never would have been able to use it. But that's something maybe in another situation where you wouldn't have been safe, that might have helped. I learned to look at it as an opportunity to educate other people because I wouldn't want anyone to go through what I went through. I hope by listening to me, people realize that these things can't happen and take the necessary precautions.